from CBS 4 News. This is a Campaign 2018 election update.
Good evening, South Florida. I'm Elliot Rodriguez.
And I'm Ruta Shabazi. We want to get you up to date on some of the big South Florida races.
That's right. We're running all the results of the races at the bottom of your screen. But better than that, we have Jim DeFede, the host of Facing South Florida, joining us right now.
So, Jim, we want to talk about some of the key races with you. Let's start with the governor's race.
Governor's race, it's not looking good for Andrew Gillum. It's looking very good for Ron DeSantis. We're still waiting for some votes out of Broward County, so that could make this a tighter race. But for right now, Ron DeSantis has a lead. It's a good-sized lead. But again, this is just like every governor's race comes down to just 67,000 votes. The last one was decided by 64,000. I think the one before that by 61,000.
And it's a similar picture in the Senate race with Governor Rick Scott ahead by a margin similar.
I think what you're seeing with these is literally, you know, people went in and voted for Gillum and voted for Nelson, or they voted for Scott and they voted for, you know, for DeSantis. There was no split ticket here in these races. You know, Rick Scott spent a great deal of money. Bill Nelson was portrayed as someone who was out of touch with his constituents that had been in Washington too long. Rick Scott ran a really smart race. All credit is due to Rick Scott. He triangulated on a lot of issues very early. The Marjorie Stoneman Douglas tragedy. He figured out how to pass that bill, so he muted any concerns that he had to his alliance to the NRA. You know, he distanced himself from President Trump on Puerto Rico and a few other issues that he was able to do. And his handling of the hurricanes. I think two major hurricanes in the last year voted very well for Governor Scott.
Let's talk about the Voting Rights Restoration Amendment, Amendment 4.
So I don't think, you know, at the very beginning of this night I said history was going to be made. This may be the most historic moment of this night's election. You are seeing this pass now, which means that the voting rights of 1.5 million people will be restored in the state of Florida. That is a major, you know, step forward. Florida was one of just 4 states that did not automatically restore rights. Those rights are now going to be back in the hands of people. This is a game changer for a lot of individuals.
Jim, we're seeing a possible upset in Congressional District 26.
That race is, you know, I've been saying that it's been tight all along. As you can sort of see now, she is up by 3,405 votes. I'll be honest with you, with 90% of the vote in, I'm not sure that there are enough votes out there for Carlos Curbelo to make it up. If she is elected, she's the first Ecuadorian elected to Congress. She takes his place, and 2 major Cuban-American members of Congress are gone now out of this South Florida district, replaced by Donna Shalala and Debbie Murkazal-Powell.
And we quickly wanted to mention the Broward tax for transportation.
It passes, so there's going to be, over the next 30 years, $16 billion spent as a result of a penny sales tax increase on improving transit.
Okay, Jim, thanks a lot. And that does it for this CBS 4 News election update. We'll be back with another one at 9:55. We'll have another update, but we'll break in if news warrants.
Until then, we're back to CBS News election night coverage. We'll see you in just a little while.